Right now from PJ Media, Mr. Howard Nemiroff joins us. Howard, good evening to you, sir.
Hey, good evening, Cam.
Glad to have you with us on the program. And you have been crunching the numbers from 2012. We heard after Election Day, primarily from people like Mayor Bloomberg and the Brady campaign. Oh, the NRA had an abysmal election night, Howard. Abysmal. But you've been going through the data. And you've got a new story out, 2012 elections, claims of NRA's demise are premature. So what actually did happen on election night, Howard?
Well, both the House and the Senate ended up with the same overall grade when you're looking at the NRA grades as they had in 2010. Things have pretty much moved sideways. In fact, there was even a slight increase in the total grade point average over in the House. So we still maintain a majority, a pretty sizable majority of pro-Second Amendment votes in the House. And the Senate, we haven't lost ground. We haven't gained enough ground. We still have probably 40 to 42 solid pro-Second Amendment votes in the House. Close to 45 pro-Second Amendment votes in the Senate, which will enable us to stop any United Nations treaty that might come through. So that's it in a nutshell.
Okay, so that's it in a nutshell. Yeah, so, in other words, you say, looking at the makeup of the House compared to post-election, compared to pre-election, you say it's pretty clear, and it is clear that this was not an election in which gun control was a driving issue. This was a jobs and an economy, and I guess to a large degree, an election about who do you like more personally, who do you think personally would like you more, and whose fault is our crummy economy, right?
That's pretty much it. In fact, the CNN exit polling showed that voters were, like you said, mostly concerned about the economy and health care and the federal deficit and foreign policy. There was no indication they were concerned about gun control.
So, as you say, there are going to be some issues coming up here. And it looks like if you're, doing a head count on paper anyway, the House remains a bulwark against anti-gun legislation?
Yes, definitely. They've been pretty reliable. And it was interesting is even in the Senate there were some B and C graded candidates, senators who signed their name to the Senator Moran's letter that went to the White House saying don't try this United Nations treaty. So we may even have more support in the Senate than we may think.
Yeah, I think you're right about that. Now, again, that may not matter too much to President Obama when it comes to an arms trade treaty. And so I think one of the things that we're going to have to do as gun owners going forward, before these meetings start in just a couple of months, March of 2013 is not that far away.
Yeah.
And we're going to have to make sure that our senators know where we stand, and we've got to encourage our senators, if they've not already signed on to the Moran letter, to also tell the president, look, we're not voting for any treaty. We're not voting to ratify any treaty that is going to impact the right to keep and bear arms of American citizens.
Oh, absolutely. Yeah, that's a very good point. Just because we have a number of A-graded representatives in Congress doesn't mean we should just go to sleep and assume they're going to do their job. They will work for us when we let them know that we're watching.
Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely. Well, listen, Howard, great talking to you this evening, sir. Thank you for once again doing the math, because you know how bad I am at it.
Well, thanks for having me aboard, Cam. It's good to hear from you again.
Always a pleasure. Happy New Year to you. Merry Christmas. Happy Hanukkah. Any holidays I have left out. And we'll talk to you again before long.
Okay, thanks, Cam.
All right. Thank you, Howard. Howard Nemiroff with us on the program.